What's up everyone and welcome back to my channel. So judging by today's title video, we are going to be talking about a recent surgery that I just had done. And you guys are probably either one, clueless and kind of interested to hear what it's all about, or two, are in the same shoes I was in back a few months ago before I started considering or researching all on this procedure before getting it done. Now, really quick before I jump into the details, if you guys are here for certain topics like price point, aftercare, surgery, or whatever, I'm gonna try and hit all the main topics, but in certain timestamps. So I'll include it down below so you guys can just jump straight to whatever part of the video you guys need. But let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Now, really quick, this procedure, I would say, mainly goes by the name Gingivectomy. When I was researching on this topic, trying to pick an office that was right for me and that I felt comfortable with, a lot of offices that I have found use the terms gingivectomy, crown lengthening, and gummy smile procedure. Now, these are all the same procedure. They just kind of use these terms interchangeably to, I guess, whatever they deem fit or something, whatever. I don't know why, but just when you're looking up your offices near your area, if you're trying to get it done and they use some of these terms, it's essentially the same procedure. Now, the reason why I got it was because, well, my friend, she had told me about it. She initially wore braces. I've never had braces. And she had gotten it done because I guess the braces were tugging on her gums and they were uncomfortable. So in that case, insurance would cover for hers, but mine was considered aesthetic because I did not necessarily need it. But every time I would smile, I would have that gummy look, and my teeth, they always look smaller than normal, I would say. And sure, it wasn't something that was too noticeable, but I feel like it was noticeable to me. And to boost my own confidence, I wanted to get it done. And I did not even know this procedure existed until my friend had brought it up. Because I remember reading back then, if you had a gummy smile, it was usually the issue with your upper lip rising. So to mitigate that, you can easily get injections or something for your like lip fillers so that it wouldn't rise as much, but that's temporary. I'm looking for permanent, and I don't have that much money to waste and keep getting done, you know? And if you're like me, you want to get it one and done, definitely opt for this procedure, whatever name they want to call it, gingivectomy. We'll stick with that term. Simply because if you're not comfortable with your smile, or if you do have an underlying issue with, such as my friends, as braces being uncomfortable, then most definitely look into it and see if you're a candidate for it, because I came out of pocket for this procedure. Now, on the same topic with my friend, she did say her dentist did do it in her office. And me, on the other hand, I went and looked it up. So the official offices that actually do this on the regular basis would be a periodontist, and they specialize in gum. You know, they handle all the gum diseases and all sorts of that. So I felt like I was in very comfortable hands. Not saying that a dentist can't do more better, it's just a periodontist does it more often. So it makes sense that if I'm paying this much, then I would want it to be perfect, I guess, or the best of that field, or whatever is convenient for you. But for me, I felt like going to a specialized gum periodontist would fit better for my procedure. Now, after I had a few offices in mind, I actually ended up going with one office local here in Atlanta, and they were actually able to squeeze me in super quick, which was very convenient for me. And they were able to knock off I think a few couple hundred, I don't remember, off the procedure. But long story short, they actually ended up squeezing me in like a day or two after I was emailing them back and forth. And my appointment was at 1 o'clock. And after the procedure, I actually ended up getting out around 5 p.m., 5:30, I want to say. But mind you, your time could be shorter because I took the x-rays and all the necessary, the consultation, everything was all in one. So I think that's why my whole thing took that long. But if you decide to do it, because I think the offices would prefer to have you come in one day separately just for x-rays, talk about it, what they're gonna do, consult and stuff. But mine was just all slam packed into one, which was kind of cool, and it worked out in my favor schedule wise. And so yeah, when I got at the office at 1 o'clock, we talked about it. They were talking about doing the first 6, and having a gingivectomy, they do it by tooth. When I was researching, I thought that was crazy. That there's no way that was, it's a couple hundred per tooth. That is insane. But no, they actually do go by per tooth, and they were talking about doing the 6. And I was like, cool, that's fine. I don't know what I want. I just want it to go, just take whatever you can take. And after the x-rays were done, and after talking with the doctor that was actually performing the procedure, we actually end up using local anesthesia. So you are awake during the procedure. There are usually 2 ways that your dentist or periodontist will handle the procedure. My friend with the braces issue, she had hers cut off with a scalpel. So I mean, I guess that's the traditional way, but my periodontist ended up using a laser, and I feel like that was more efficient versus scalpel wise, but I don't know. I just feel like time wise it'd be more efficient. And trimming the gum, it takes away the human error of, I don't know, but you guys get what I'm kind of saying. So be mindful of that. If you guys are kind of like weird about that, they could bring out the scalpel, but if you're worried about it, definitely ask them if they're going to use a scalpel or laser. Mine used a laser. But yeah, we went under local anesthesia, and they kind of just shot the gums. I mean, if you're used to it, if you've had cavities and silver caps and stuff, I've always had silver caps, so local anesthesia I could get over it, and the most painful part was probably them shooting that little part right here. And other than that, awake the whole time. You don't really smell the burning, but no pain at all. It went by fairly quick. It's not usual for them to put sutures in, but they kept telling me that for the best top results for my procedure, they ended up doing, I believe, 10 sutures. So I had them in for about 2 weeks post-op, and they did recommend, I believe, 1,500 milligrams pain. But honestly, y'all, the next day after, I felt no pain at all. I would say my pain tolerance is high, but not that high for me to not feel nothing. But think about it though. Laser, it cauterizes it. Is it cauterized? But it kind of just burns the wound, and it kind of heals it or whatnot. And I feel like maybe that could play into why I wasn't in any discomfort. The only thing that kind of got in my way was probably the sutures while I was eating, and you have to be mindful of that. So no spicy foods, hot foods. It's kind of almost like a wisdom tooth surgery, kind of not, but you just kind of have to be careful with it, especially brushing. You don't brush the first day, but they ended up giving me a soft toothbrush. And 2 weeks after I came in, they took my sutures out, and I feel like my results, since I did get this procedure done for myself, for my own confidence, I can see a difference. But if I show my boyfriend, he can see it too. But if you don't know me, you wouldn't really know it, because obviously it's still gummy, but just not as gummy as before. But like I said, I can see a difference, and I'm very happy. So it's a very minimal and natural look, if that's what you guys are too worried about, because there's no way they can cut way too much off, because there's a bone structure and the gum will regenerate. So there's only so much they can cut off, and without you wasting your money. So don't have too much crazy high expectations. But for me, someone who had small teeth and a very noticeable gummy smile, I felt like this is it. I feel I'm very happy with my results, and I want to say a safe 2.5 months post-op now. And I feel perfectly fine. The swelling went down. I feel like right now is probably the best time, since we all had to wear a mask anyway. So the healing process was very easy. The only time, if you do it later when we don't have to wear masks later, the healing on the gum, they turn really red. So it's probably going to be noticeable, and it might be kind of awkward, but that's why I felt like right now was the best time to get it done, since we have to wear a mask everywhere. Now, I don't know if you guys remember before, but since this is, would it be elective? since this is called a cosmetic surgery, it's not really covered. I don't know. This is the place I went to. They made you pay beforehand, and then they'll send off a claim for your insurance and then whatnot. But I have my bill here, so I can tell you guys the exact price. And per tooth, because we did 6, and what's funny is they charged me for 6, but then like the doctor was super nice and he thought aesthetically it didn't look right because the 2 teeth right beside it, so 8 total. It didn't merge really well, so he just went ahead and did 8, but I was charged 6, if that makes sense. So I was super grateful for him. But on the paperwork, on the bill, I was charged for 6, and it's showing $284.33 per tooth, which is kind of crazy. But that brings the total to $21.49, and then I use my HSA and all that and stuff. But overall, since it is permanent, I felt like I kind of last minute pulled the trigger on this, but I am very happy with the results because I don't want to sit here and think what if, you know, because it's very self-conscious. I don't want to feel that all the time when I'm having a good time or having them like laughing and stuff and taking pictures. And I'm super happy. I want to say I'll include a picture of my before and afters. And the before, I don't know if you can really tell because I took that right before I was going into the office, so it was kind of blurry, and I took it with a front-facing camera. But if you guys can tell, like my teeth on top, it's kind of small, I guess, and then the gum, it's predominantly showing, and then at the bottom would be my after, or I guess would be now, and I feel like super nice, you know. I mean, you gotta be realistic, and it's very natural. And I'm very happy with it. So if you guys have any questions, definitely drop them down below. I wanted to try and hit all the main topics. Those were all my concerns pretty much. But like I said, if you guys have any questions, drop them down below. If you guys are in Atlanta, definitely I'll probably send you a message if you guys want their information, if you want to go to that office. But that's the scoop on that. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully I answered some of your questions. But thank you again for joining me today, and stay safe, everyone. Catch you guys in the next video.